Hello, Donna. This is a message for you and all of the great nurses at the West Palm Beach VA Medical Center. You know, we're coming up on May and Nurses Week, and of course, it's always in May in honor of the birthday of Florence Nightingale. And if it was up to me, I think I would make Nurses Week in November, because that was the month that she took 38 other women to the Scutari Barrack Hospital in the middle of the Crimean War to care for British soldiers who had been injured or became ill during that war. And in that 2-year period at the Scutari Barrack Hospital, more than any other person, Florence defined what it means to be a nurse and established nursing as a real profession, and more than any other person invented the hospital as we know it today. And what did she do while she was there at the Scutari Barrack Hospital? Of course, she was the administrator. She ran the place. But every night she would walk the hall, she would talk to the soldiers, she would stop and rub a soldier's feet. And there were thousands of people there. She couldn't touch all of them. But it was said that as she walked by, those poor blokes who had taken a bullet for their queen would kiss her shadow as she went by. And they called her the lady with the lamp. And she really captured what it means to be a nurse, that the technical expertise as well as the compassion and the caring and the teamwork, working with other people. She did not tolerate the kind of toxic emotional negativity that we often see in hospitals today. And if you fast forward 50 years after the Scutari Barrack Hospital, when Florence died, her coffin was escorted by octogenarian veterans of that war. They did not remember the generals who took them into that catastrophe. The only person they remembered was Florence, the lady with the lamp who cared for them. And you know, we so badly need to re-spark that spirit that Florence Nightingale brought to the Scutari Barrack Hospital. People often ask me, why did I write the book, The Florence Prescription? What started that? And you know, it started with a very simple question. If Florence Nightingale could come back today and walk through any one of our hospitals, what would she say? She would be absolutely astonished by the technology we have. Everything from air conditioning to MRI machines, electric lighting, water that comes right out of a tap and doesn't have to be hauled in a bucket. But I think she would be really disappointed with our culture and hearing things like nurses eat their young and compassion fatigue and burnout and bullying and incivility. And she would insist on a much higher standard from all of us in the way that we care for the veterans. She would want us to care for our veterans the way she cared for hers. And I think that's a great message for us this Nurses Week. How do we bring that heart, that care to the veterans who deserve that care, to whom we owe so much? So happy Nurses Week, and I hope that you will take that message to heart.